All right, good morning, crypto warriors, and welcome back to Gentlemen of Crypto, episode 264. Today is Monday, October 8th, and I'm King.
And I'm Bitcoin Zay, and we're here to bridge the gap between cryptocurrency and the community Monday through Friday at 10-ish.
At 10-ish, what's going on? Marcellus, S1 Dubs, what's going on?
What's up, what's up? Come on in.
Yes, in California today is not a national holiday, so we are here live, abiding by state rules. Indigenous Peoples Day, what's going on?
Oh, yeah.
I don't know if that's not really a celebration, but...
Hey,
a remembrance day.
Yeah, I was gonna say somebody is celebrating somewhere.
Battle Crypto was going on. New Legacy was going on for the free Satoshis last week.
Oh, yeah.
Who do we have?
All right, so the Golden State Warriors of comments, Chris Ladd.
Man.
Chris Ladd is killing it right now with his comments. Thank you for your comment in response to our question, which was about the need for Bitcoin to be denominated in Satoshis versus USD. Samurai Wallet started it. They said we're doing straight Satoshis, no need to peg it to USD.
No, we don't need nothing else.
Yeah, we don't need nothing else. This is our own currency. So thank you for that comment, and we'll be sending those free Satoshis.
All right. What is going on? Kevin Hodges, Pedica.
Oh, yeah.
Leroy Forbes, welcome to your first live stream. I thought you were already on a live one for us.
Yeah.
What's up?
Yeah, definitely.
Thanks for subscribing. Alicia Verdale, John Sieber. Hello, hello, hello. All right, let's get this party started. Top news of the day. Seoul mayor plans $100 million fund to build a blockchain smart city.
Oh, yeah. Early hand clap for that. Right off the bat.
Let's see if it goes to as planned, but it looks like Park Won-soon, the mayor of Seoul, has revealed a 5-year plan to invest $108 million to develop the South Korean capital as a smart city powered by blockchain.
Man.
In a speech during his visit to Zurich, Park announced last week that his blockchain urban plan for 2018 and 2022 will cover 14 public services in 5 areas with a government budget totaling 123 billion Korean won, which is about $108 million, according to a Coinbase Korea report on Thursday. Wow.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, a lot of buzzwords in that first sentence. Right. Yeah, smart cities, blockchains, and everything else. It's good to see that the mayor of Seoul is taking the initiative to build what is coming anyway.
Right.
Smart cities have always, been in the plans, I think, for the last decade. People have been discussing smart cities. One of the ways that smart cities have to work is that the data has to be, it has to have integrity. You have to be able to check the data and make sure the things that are running, like some of the things they're adopting on the blockchain, labor welfare, vehicle history management, certificate issuance, donation management, all these things, and elections, all these things have to be verified. Like most people in crypto say, don't trust, verify. So that's why they're using blockchain technology. And if they're building a smart city, like they said, it'll take about 5 years. So when we tell you it takes time, this is what we mean. Every time a new project comes up or a lot of big money comes into it, it's going to take about 5 years for it to realize, the existence, and probably 10 for it to be, in working order. So good to see they're getting out ahead of it. And I'm pretty sure we'll see more cities with this same initiative in the next few weeks.
Nice.
Almost 100% sure.
Oh, that's pretty cool to see. I mean, again, everybody talks about where you can use crypto at. It's too early and all this, but I mean, the plans are being made. It's coming, and then eventually you'll have your wallets and your cell phone everywhere you go. You'll just be tapping or using it to exchange value and transactions. So.
Oh yeah, and I think the elections part is the best part. Like the fact that they threw it in there was like, come on, man, we can't have elections without electronics. Come on, man. There's no reason I should have to go to a physical place. Put a paper ballot. That's worse than checks at this point. Or have to press a button and then rely on somebody else to count it. That'll be big for Korea.
Right. All right. Next up, United Arab Emirates to allow ICOs as a corporate funding option.
Oh wow. Yeah.
The UAE has announced plans to introduce new rules that will permit initial coin offerings as a fundraising method for domestic companies. As intended for introduction in 2019. The new rules will allow firms to raise capital via crypto token sales as an alternative to traditional methods such as IPOs, according to a Reuters report published Monday. Again, it's one of those things where companies technically can already do it up until the middle of last year, and then all of a sudden they couldn't. And now it looks like they can 6 months later 10 months later after their government has finally figured out, I guess, how to tax them and take some of that money back.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, and we've always said the ICO market, that it was a great way to raise funds. However, there were so many scams because it's early. Most people didn't know what they were doing. They just saw people, made a 10x or a 20x. So they was like, well, I'm just going to invest in whatever. However, we saw coming that ICOs as a way to get money or as a way to raise money. It's probably the best way. I mean, when you can click 3 buttons and invest your money into something instantly, that is a great way to implement ICOs. So for the UAE, if they're using it for large companies, I'm interested to see what the barrier of entry will be, if it'll be open to everybody, or if they'll say, well, you can only get into it if you're registered through us and you make this certain amount of money. I'm sure most people wouldn't mind registering, so to say, but they don't want to have to be like, oh, I have to make $100,000 a year, or you have to have this certain amount in the bank. So hopefully it's open to everybody, which is what ICOs should be used for, and everybody should be able to invest in any company they want anywhere around the world. Right. So that ICO regulation is getting there, but it's still pretty scary in my opinion, because you don't know if it's a security, if it is, whose jurisdiction is it under. The SEC pretty much reaches everywhere right now, it looks like.
Right.
So we'll see how it goes, but shout out to them for at least implementing it at this stage.
And I mean, also when it comes to the ICOs and scams and all that, just because it's a quote unquote legal company doing it, doesn't mean it can't be a scam. We saw Enron. Yeah. We saw the latest one. I forgot the lady's name who had the supposed to be able to read your blood or whatever. The whole.
Oh yeah. We all the way apart.
Yeah, that was I think they made over like 200 or 300 million or something they had in reserve. So, expect to see this with traditional companies, and I think it would be even worse for them once they get to running, because let's say a institutional or traditional company does an ICO, they put in 100 million. To find out it's a scam or something's not going right, I guarantee the government is going to ensure something goes right, because it's going to look bad on the regulators, it's going to look bad on the company, it's going to look bad on their entire institutionalized system. So they're not going to even want it to fail. So to me, that's kind of the scary thing with that. I don't know what happened in that case. It definitely will eventually happen. There's going to be that one bad actor.
Of course.
And I think either the government will come in and nationalize whatever company it is and say, we just own it, or people would just be kind of SOL when it comes to their money.
Yeah, and some people have been SOL in the regular way that they invest money. So this way, I can definitely see it happening either way. So
2 times. Staying in the UAE, looks like Dubai is to launch a blockchain payments with state digital currency, Mcash. Okay, we have talked about central bank digital currency, CBDCs. Looks like they're calling theirs their state digital currency. Mcash. Wow.
Man.
Dubai residents will soon have the means to make payments for school fees, bills, and other retail purchases with Mcash, a state-developed blockchain-based digital currency. The UAE first official credit bureau, Mcredit,
Mcredit,
under the Dubai Department of Economic Development, is pushing its official blockchain encrypted state digital currency, Mcash, for wider adoption by rolling out point-of-sale devices at government storefronts across Dubai. This is how CBDCs can blow up.
Yeah.
And that's because they're going to have that government backing. You see, there was no waiting. They're like, hey, we already got point-of-sale devices that you're going to use. The government's going to get paid on those point-of-sale devices, as well as the contractors doing it. And Mcash, I'm not sure how they got the name, but I'm assuming it has to do with the sizing of fonts and coding, or the emphasis of the cash part.
Oh yes,
both coding words with the EM part. So I don't know.
Yeah, we've seen this pattern. We've said it before. CBDCs are coming. There's nothing you can do about it. They have to. This is the natural progression of things, because whenever you show competitive force, which cryptocurrency has, they have to come up with something. So this is what has been coming out lately. I do like the fact that they are using the point of sale from Pundi X, which is a token we discussed in our newsletter, I think about 3 or 4 issues ago. Pundi X actually has a point of sale where you can actually pay instantly. So it's good to see that. Very small cap coin right now, but they will be using Pundi X as well as MPay, which is the app used in order to make these payments. So should be possible to implement long term. However, we will see, in my opinion, a pushback from people if these state-backed digital currencies, if they mess up once, it's over. I mean, crypto has had its number of hacks, exchanges, but you know the risk going into it. If you go into this thinking, well, nothing can happen to it because it's state-backed, and then one technical issue or something gets hacked, all trust will be lost in that government. So this is what I mean by they'll eat themselves. This will come out, something will happen with one state, and then people will be like, well, I'm going to cryptocurrency if that's the case.
It looks like this government initiative led by the Crown Prince of Dubai has approved a citywide blockchain payments platform connecting all 38 government entities, partnering financial institutions, and other municipal departments in the UAE's largest and most populous city. In this particular use case, the blockchain deployed is compatible with both public and permission blockchains using open source Hyperledger and public Ethereum tech. Kind of going to what Kevin Hodges just said it, in the LOL fashion. They're going to have a federal platform from ICOs. It's like you got a federal platform for ICOs. Looks like you're going to be using your state-backed digital currency, your CBDC, to actually transfer a lot of these funds. So literally you have the most centralized of centralized systems that's connecting all 38 government entities. All it takes is for one hack at this point, once this thing gets rolling, to shut down the financial sector of Dubai and some of the UAE as a whole.
Oh yeah, and if it's a private blockchain, which I'm sure it will be, you won't be able to see that technical stuff behind it, so you won't be able to catch it early. If it happens, if something happens, it just happened. You lost your money, or it'll be a reset, so to say, of funds. So I don't think people who are in these countries, they've realized CBDs are coming. However, when they do, it'll be forced on you the same way, if you have a bank, they force onto you to do, online banking. You show up at a bank, there's only one or two tellers, and everything else is, oh, just go to the ATM and do it. Oh, just do it online. Right. And that's slowly what we're getting to. And, in Dubai, seems to be ahead of the curve as far as making sure they round up their people. Like you said, they're centralizing it. They centralize a centralized system. Like I don't even know that's possible, but
we are going to keep this central to the core.
Oh yeah.
And again, I will say, interesting name pick to add a bit of the digital side as well as the cash side. I see what they're doing there.
I see
emphasis on the cash part though, but yeah, it's an interesting system. Don't know how successful it will be, but yeah, that's true too. Fred K. Heyman said M straight for Emirates. That's probably more. That's probably more accurate than the one I had. It probably is short for Emirates Cash. That is correct. There it is. Yep. Cornelius Broadneck said YouTube is back on their BS. No notification. We get shadow banned, people.
I was gonna say, what can we say? We've heard that from a lot of people. Facebook. Some people said they can't like our page, so. We're looking into it. We're looking into it.
Yeah, we've had some issues, but we'll fight through it. Going around the world, Venezuela mandates passport fees must be paid in controversial cryptocurrency Petro. We've all remembered the Petro dollar that Venezuela's president Maduro has been pushing. What is going on with it now?
Oh yeah, so basically the outrage from Venezuela's economy has made people want to leave. Obviously, it's so bad. So they basically said, oh, y'all want to leave, cool. So in order for you to get a passport, you have to pay the equivalent of 4 times the monthly minimum wage in order to just get a passport. And not only can you not use the cash,
you gonna leave me?
You have to use the Petro cryptocurrency. So they basically artificially created demand because if you know somebody wants to leave your country, just make it hard for them to leave or make them pay for it. And that's basically what Venezuela is doing. So only people who have that amount of money can leave, and then the people who want to get a passport, I'm sure they'll probably have to go through a lot on top of the money they have to pay. But it's making it hard for people to even get out the country. Like people are like, all right, I don't want to be here. I just want to leave. I got my I need to get a passport. Oh yeah, you need to make sure you have way more money than anybody else that usually has, just to leave. So this crypto token has been around for a little bit. We've seen the petrodollar. We believe it's a test for these other countries to see how it works. And right now, not looking too good. But I don't know what economy is recovering, but they forcing it on their people. Honestly.
And their vice president Delcy Rodriguez. It looks like here it says, along with the passport fee shakeup, Rodriguez also announced the formation of a dedicated migration police force. Can't say the word. Ostensibly designed to preserve citizen security and and migratory control. Bloomberg notes around 5,000 citizens flee Venezuela each day. So not only are they making you pay more of something you can't even afford for a passport to leave, they're making a police force to not allow you to leave. I mean,
your
people,
security,
this Kevin Hodges
they're gonna
said.
stack it.
Kevin Hodges said new Venezuelan slave trade coming soon. Funny on what's the day today? On Indigenous Peoples Day, you say this, Kevin.
I know, right?
But no, this is what we talk about when we talk about governments, people.
Mm-hmm.
We're not telling people to be unlawful or vigilantes or criminals, but at what point is the law itself unlawful?
Yeah.
They're not only telling people we're going to overcharge you to try to leave this country, leave a piece of land. You're a human being. They're telling you can't leave a piece of land. We're going to use your tax money to start a police force to make sure you can't leave. And in words soup it up, call it preserving citizen security. And I can't even say this word because I've rarely seen it. Migratory control. Yeah, I mean, hey, Marcellus, you're right. We know the USA as well. I don't think we're stopping people from leaving, though.
Yeah, but they're much more subtle in their approach when it comes to how they control things.
Right.
You don't really see it on the surface. You got to dig beneath it, which is what we do, and I'm sure a lot of you all do. So the U.S. is kind of doing it, but Venezuela's out in the open with it. Like, oh, yeah, we got these security guards, so even if you do buy it, good luck getting past them. So,
so if you're a Venezuelan listening to us, I mean, hey, 2018, time to pick a side, all right? You're gonna keep following these false laws and your dictator, or you gonna rise up?
Yeah, and a lot of people in USA are so comfortable. You know, and the reason I say that is people from here looking on the outside in is like, well, why don't those people just do something? Why don't those people? There's people who can't finish a shift of work if they don't eat lunch. Imagine these people who haven't eaten for days. You think they got the energy to just rise up and just, those 4 minutes like, no, I am so hungry. I can't, you know what I mean? I haven't taken a shower in 2 weeks. Yeah, so when that becomes one of those things where people are like, hey, why don't y'all just do something about it? It's going to take some time for it to round up. But yeah, this is what happens when you get sanctioned and then you try and take over. Man, that's
ugly.
crazy.
All right, China. Man gets 3.5 years in jail for stealing train power to mine Bitcoin.
Oh, man.
Wow. This has, I mean, this has been innovative at the very least. A man in China has been sentenced to 3.5 years in jail for stealing power from a train station to fuel his Bitcoin mining operations.
They should hire
Local
him.
media outlet The Paper reports October 8th. According to court documents released today, the sentencing was served September 13th at the Detong Railway Transport Court in China's northern Shaanxi province. In addition to jail time, the individual, a local named Zhu Zingao, has reportedly been fined 100,000 yuan, around $14.5 thousand.
Oh, man.
Wow.
Well, like we said, this is very innovative. I think the government there should probably hire them to figure out how they can harness that train power to mine Bitcoins. Because honestly, I've never heard this presented as an idea. In theory, of course, you've heard every type of way electricity is created, so you can mine Bitcoin from it. But I'd be interested to see a setup. Like they said, you have 50 Bitcoin miners, 3 electric fans around the clock. It did state, 5 of the machines got damaged throughout the process, but that happens. But over time, he earned only about 17,000 as of now. And that's the biggest thing is the fine is going to take away his money. Then he got 3.5 years on top of that.
Right.
So in my opinion, I mean, he's not going to get hired, I don't think. But if I was China, I would. I mean, why not? Yeah. If you can figure out a way to get cheap energy and use electricity, hey, man, why not?
Right, we just got a train running. You got an adapter plugged into the train. What's going on?
I don't know. No. The trains are running anyway. Yeah, why not?
Got a long orange, 2-mile orange cord going from the back of a generator to his crib.
I know, right?
The longest
extension cord in history.
Right. He didn't make that much money because of, the down market, but if it was at the top of the time, would have been about 60,
about 60K.
64K or something. Yeah. So yeah, it was not worth it in this case.
Yeah, not at all.
Last but not least, crypto giant Binance will donate all coin listing fees to charity. What type of magic is going on? Did he say he made enough money?
Let's go, CZ.
CZ said, look, I'm rich. I made $1 billion. What's going on with Binance? This is nice. This is
well, in a surprise announcement, they announced that they will donate 100% of their fees, their listing fees, will be donated to charity. The list of charities they are donating to, the Blockchain Charity Foundation is one. I'm sure there'll be others, but like we said, CZ, he keeps coming up with new ways to, 1, be in the news, and 2, stay ahead of other exchanges. Because if you run a business, you can do whatever you want in the free market. You can say, hey, you got to pay me $1 million to get listed. You can say, hey, it's free. And basically that's what he did. He said it's at least $1 million for you to get listed. And now I changed my mind. Yeah, it's still gonna cost you, but we're gonna give it away to a charity. And
the ad hurt to it. It's like, not only we charge you a exorbitant amount, we're gonna give it away.
Hey man, and I gotta look into Malta or whoever they have to do their initial proceedings with, but this is actually genius if they're taking those donations and writing it off their business for taxes as nonprofit, because coins always want to get listed. So if they'll pay that fee and then they use that $1 million or the few million that they get to pay off the taxes that they have to get, that's genius. You already have the big coins listed. The small ones give you the money to pay off your taxes. You don't have to pay anything now. Now your business is pretty much in the black without a big tax bill. And CZ, like I said, I'm sure he has something up his sleeve because it's never what it seems.
Right.
But it is, good to see that he's giving it to charity, because that's a good reason to get your project listed. So
when asked if other players are expected to follow suit in providing transparency as he's doing, Zhao responded, "I certainly hope so. They copied us on many other things. This would be a good thing to copy. There's no competition in charity."
Oh yeah,
shots have been fired.
Yeah, man. CZ keeps coming with it, and we haven't figured out yet what the end game is with them. They do have a decentralized exchange.
Here we go. Right, and they're working with the UN. It looks like as well. Led by the UN ambassador of Goodwill for their blockchain charity foundation, which the project is to help the UN tackle the United Nations Sustainable Development Goals. Funding gap. Currently, the UN is struggling to raise the $2.5 trillion needed to help developing countries reach their investment goals.
There we go.
Again, this is, if you look at Federal Reserve, Central, the Fed, all that stuff, all this ties into each other. Not sure CZ is going to fit into it. Probably as Bitcoin, as they said, as just some tax relief at the very least.
Oh yeah.
But honestly, listen, I know it's tough in the world.
Yeah, you're right, New Legacy. That's impressive.
I don't know there's a moment I'm going to be on board with a $2.5 trillion what's it called? What's those packages called? Stimulus type
blockchain
packages.
Stimulus package.
Listen, it's a cold world. I know it, people. And if you're in one of those places where it's a little bit colder, you might need to fight to stay warm. It's that simple.
Yeah, true.
But $2.5 trillion. Where do you think they get this money from, people?
Hey, from you. They take
right, that's what I'm saying. Have you ever been slated with an option to donate to the UN? No, it's no option. They just take it and they give it away.
Which one of you voted for us to be in the UN in the first place?
There we go. So many questions. So many questions.
You don't even get a say.
Listen, the $2.5 trillion, that's not happening.
Oh, man.
But that's what's up, CZ. Way to do it. That's why you're, making that big money. You're in charge of buying that. It's not us because you think like that. That's great news, man.
Good to see.
Other than that, what other news we have today? You said you want to do something different as far as giving out the Satoshis today.
Oh yeah. So for our free Satoshis today, one of the biggest things we want to talk about is two big announcements. First one, we want to say congratulations to Cryptic Coin, which is a privacy coin that we are ambassadors for getting listed on their first exchange. Their second exchange listing will be Wednesday, and they have what is called a free CO, where they're giving away free tokens. The more you learn about cryptocurrency, the more tokens you get. As ambassadors, we'll be giving away free cryptic coins for the foreseeable future. So for our, actual questions from here on out, you will receive free crypto coins. In order to get them, you have to get a wallet. So we'll post the link in the notes section after the video is processed on Facebook. I'll post it here. But that is one of our big announcements that we have as far as being ambassadors. You can visit the website, download the wallet, and we'll send our free tokens there based on the questions that you answer. So
what's the website for it?
Crypticcoin.io.
Crypticcoin.io.
Oh yeah, so we've talked a lot about privacy coins. This is a new one, brand new, fresh out the gate. We're definitely excited about this as far as being able to get community involved. The more community involvement you get, the more tokens you can earn. Follow in on Twitter, Facebook, things of that nature, and earning free tokens that you can use at an exchange, or you can send to others private. So
let's see, we got a winner here, people. All right, and the other bit of news.
Oh yeah, and the other big news, we are proud to say we are verified publishers with Brave Browser. Oh yeah,
Brave Browser.
Brave Browser. Oh
future of browsing.
The future of browsing. So we'll also post the referral links that we have. You don't have to pay anything. You don't have to give anything. All you have to do is use our link and download the Brave Browser. That's it. Use the Brave Browser, and we will be rewarded in BAT for watching our shows as well as downloading the Brave Browser. So thank you all for your support on Facebook. on YouTube. These two partnerships, we're glad to present them to you all. And with Brave moving forward, we definitely want to see, you know, BAT succeed and the browser, because it's great for privacy, detects ads. You have the ability to pay based on the time that you watch certain videos. Very innovative browser.
Micropayments starting to work slowly. Also for the Brave browser, once you use our referral link, I think every quarter, don't get me wrong, every few months basically, you can actually receive free BAT tokens from the Brave browser. So I think they update it every few months or whatever. We'll give you a little bit of tokens just so you can start using them within the browser and learn and understand the experience of having a payment processor right there at your fingertips. So.
So in-browser crypto payments. I believe we are one of the only YouTube shows that's doing this. I'm not sure. It's a lot of content out there, but as far as crypto related, I believe we're one of the only ones verified with Brave. If there's other ones, let us know. We'd love to help support them as well. But for your support, use our link, download Brave. That's it. Test it out, see how you like it. I personally like it the best. But it does have a long way to go, so some of those features aren't there yet, but they are available right now. So
we'll put that in the notes. But for the free crypto, though, what we'll actually do today then is if you sign up with the crypticcoin.io, is that what it is? And you get your wallet, anybody will send you some free cryptic coin. We'll do that tomorrow once we get all those listed names. So
absolutely,
just sign up, put your address in the comments, and we'll make sure to send that to you. And again, that's for cryptic coins. So if you give us a Bitcoin address, it will not work.
The way we'll know you did it is you have a cryptic coin address. The only way you can get is to download the wallet, and we'll send those free coins to you.
All right. Other than that, thanks for watching, people. Have a happy Monday. Happy Indigenous Peoples Day. Or not happy, I guess. Remember Indigenous Peoples. And we'll see you all tomorrow. Cheers.
Have a good one.